And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, with the Insomniatic show that mentions cartoons that has an all-star cast that only lasted one season, only known as the Tuesday Night Special. And we almost forgot to mention to you fans at home that the person who played the lead character, the boy who got the farm, he actually did the soundtrack and was featured during the Sharknado movies. Yeah. So like I said before, they all went on to bigger and better things after one season of Monster Farm. And I love it. And speaking of things that I love, folks, I think it's time for us to grab our passports one more time for this year to check out a couple of those video game hits and clips from around the Indie Cade world for another edition of the Indie Cade Triple S World Tour. And the first game that we have up, which comes from the country of Poland, from the developers Different Tales, with their game Wanderlust Travel Stories. And the last but not least game we have on this international tour for this year comes from the country of Denmark, from the developers Nifluz and Triple Topping and Hot Dog. Nice developer name, by the way, with their game YNG Let. And with those international games out of the way, folks, we now head directly into the sound wall. And the sound we have up for this week comes from the artist Wayne Yachin with their sound M2 from the video game Runestone Keeper from the developers Blackfire Games. And when I close my eyes while listening into this sound, I automatically imagine myself in a 2 to 3 round fight with the fighter from Dynasty Warriors with the fan known as Zane Lunge, getting a little bit of advice from the person I beat before me. And apparently he's telling me to run and duck, and I'm wondering why in the world he says duck and whoa! I almost got hit in the head with a laser beam that the maestro just shot out of a little miniature projector screen. What is wrong with you? You trying to kill me? Well, according to the maestro, it was visual effects. That's it, just visual effects. You sure it looked real to me? Well, besides that, folks, I think it's time now for us to go into the night games. And the first night game we have up comes from Liquid Bit, LLC, and Bumble Bear Games with their game Killer Queen Black. And the maestro said we mentioned this game on the show before, but like we say all the time around here, it never hurts to mention a game more than once. And in this game, which involves you as a killer queen trying to protect your hive from the opposing team from it being destroyed, automatically reminds me of, well, not only Joust, but a little hint of the duck game in there as well. And a little bit of capture the flag in any game you probably played in games prior to this one. And here's hoping in the near future that this game has a story mode that involves you as a queen trying to protect your hive away from natural predators like spiders, ants, birds, you name it, and also have a backstory behind the character that you are trying to protect the nest and unlock new characters along the way. That would be pretty cool. And the next game that we have up that the maestro brought to my attention and said, read it like you should, comes from the developers Geeky Panda Studios with their game Ready, Set, Hiya! Awesome name for the game and an awesome developer studio name as well. And the basis of this game is that you're playing as a budding karate student, learning how to do the karate moves and doing them almost in the same way as you would for a classic rhythm game. And with that said alone, this automatically reminds me of Parappa the Rapper with a little hint of Guitar Hero and Just Dance mixed in there as well. And here's hoping one of the songs, if there's song based, that you have to do for these karate moves is Kung Fu Fighting included for this said game. Yeah, the only thing I hope for in the near future for this game, because this is probably one of my most favorite games of the year, title alone and concept to go along with it. And if you guys want to check out all the games that was featured during the Indie Cade Festival of Games from this side of the pond or the other side of the pond, along with the night games and games from the art wall, sound wall, Screenshot Saturday Showcase, or even have your games featured on there as well, you can head on over to the IndieCade.tumblr page, only known as IndieCade.tumblr.com, or head on over to their Facebook page known as Indie Cade, or even their Tumblr, Twitter, Flickr, YouTube, or website page that are all named the same, but it's just as critically acclaimed, only known as, you guessed it folks, Indie Cade. And I guess with that said, we might as well head back into this music and continue to listen into these diamonds in the rough as we try to turn your Tuesday night into a Friday night, only here, right here, on the Tuesday Night Special. So don't go downstairs for that midnight snack just yet, folks, and stay tuned.